What's up, guys? Welcome to another video of DevTalks with your host Travian, where we talk about everything engineering and technology. In this video, we got another video by Lex Clips. Basically, they're talking about the worst part of programming. So, without further ado, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And let's dive right in.
What was the most painful aspect of programming for you? What memories do you have of deep, profound suffering in terms of programming in the early days?
I would say the biggest one that I can really hold on to had to be one of two experiences. The first experience was when I was at a place called Schedulisty. And am I not allowed to say the place?
You're allowed.
I'm not sure if they're even operating still at this point, but they're in
There's
both.
just something funny about the name. I'm sorry.
Oh, Schedulisty, yeah. The name was so bad that when you looked at their paid for Google ad terms that they would make sure that they're at the top of the list, the spellings were just insane because no one knew how to spell the word Schedulicity. And so it was just like the Google optimizing for that is just hilarious. But okay, go back to the thing. And the thing that kills me the most about programming, what I actually consider the worst aspect of programming, is when you know everything. And so when I was at this job, it's just every single day I'd come in. There were no surprises. There was no questions. I didn't understand the code base. Sure, that's fair. I didn't understand all the things about the code base, but I knew I was going to go in. I was going to generate some sort of object from the database. I was going to take that object from the database, and I was just going to map it over and just display it on the web page. There's no creativity. There's nothing to it. It's very almost factory line kind of work. And that was a very kind of difficult moment for me, which is I didn't enjoy programming because I knew everything about it. I already knew.
Yeah, I can agree with this. This is basically when you get those processes really tuned in. There's certain times when you're working at a company and then you have a specific process that's going to be in your day-to-day work, and once when you get really good at that process, it becomes boring. It's no excitement to it. You pretty much get an idea of what's going to happen, and that's what I was saying as part of being software engineers. I think that part is something that's going to become more automated, and then also people find ways to automate stuff like this. So if he was doing that process at a point in time, somebody was going to find a way to automate it. And when you have certain automations, it just takes that out of it. And that's not what an engineer always wants to do. At least, well, some people probably just want to do the same thing. It's easy every single day. But you like shocks and surprises and learning new things because you get exposed to new stuff and then you get better at it. And then you become more well rounded and things in that regard. So I definitely agree. Let's see if he finishes up with saying anything else. I guess this is the Primate again, who Lex is interviewing. But they talked about a lot of different stuff on this podcast. I'm gonna be doing reactions to a lot of different points of it to these clips. But yeah, this is one of them.
Knew exactly what I was going to do that day. I knew all the hurdles I was going to have to go over. There was no unknown unknowns, if you will. It was just knowns at all times. And it's just, for me, that is the worst part about programming, is when you already know the solution and it's just a matter of how fast you can type and get it out from your head to your hands.
So the absence of uncertainty, the absence of challenge was the pain.
Yeah.
That's pretty profound, Prime.
I definitely agree with that as a whole idea. I went into becoming a software engineer because of the difficulty to it, and it's not even just to yeah, when you get certain points, when you get to a certain point, certain things become easier and things. But the reason I became is because of the new stuff that you have to learn and develop, and technology constantly grows. There's always going to be new tools. There's going to be new updates and stuff. Things change, so you're going to come to a point where you're going to have to learn new stuff all the time. You're going to have to learn it all the time and just pick up on it as you go. Never know how it's going to take and things in that regard. But yeah, there's just stuff that you just that that happens. The best part that I love from it, in the moment you don't like it. If something comes up and you have to fix certain things, you don't know what's wrong, and you're trying to find solutions and stuff like that. At first you don't like it because it's something that comes up. It's like an inconvenience in a sense, and this is on one side of the spectrum. I'm gonna talk about the other side in a second. But once when you get done that incident or anything in that regard, you're like, yo, this is why I do what I do, because it challenged me and it gave me the challenge that I lust for and really want. And then on the other side, it's like, hey, you get to create something new, you get to architect it, you make something new entirely, especially a new design or anything in that regard. And that's how, that's where you need to go. And what I mean by that is it, when you have the ability to test new stuff and create new things, when you have something from scratch, you're building it entirely. You don't know how it's going to go. You don't know what processes is going to be set in stone. And doing that kind of stuff is what I love to do, what I love to build upon and grow in that aspect. And the ideas that come from that, it's a huge learning experience. Now you can take some of the stuff you learned to do over here, but it might not be exactly the same thing, but there's certain things that would be the same that you can use and stuff. And yes, when you get to a point where you just broaden yourself out completely, you are going to know so much. That's why like a lot of software engineering, it's hard to know everything. It is so hard to know everything. Nobody knows everything when it comes to being an engineer in that sense. But there's people who know a lot, and those who know a lot, they can do a lot of stuff easier, but or they're given harder tasks to do because they're more capable of it. So let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. What would be the worst part of programming to you guys? Those are my experiences, so I would probably agree with him in that sense. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate it. And if you guys want to give me any suggestions, just email me at devtalkspod@gmail.com. Don't forget, don't forget it's in the description down below. I'm more than open to see everybody's suggestions in there. I want to see what you guys want me to cover and make some videos about, and then it gives me more stuff to record also and have more fun with. Also, subscribe or check out my personal channel. I have a lot of content coming out on that channel, and I've been working on it as time goes by. So don't forget to check that out. That's going to be in the description also. And without further ado, peace. See y'all next time.